Hey guys, so this is a lot of slides, so I'm going to cut through it fast. I run fast real estate at HP Realty. We joined this company 2 years ago, and last year we were ranked number 2 in the world for GCI. They do it in November to November. So our sales team closed $673.9 million in real estate. It's been a quick journey. So I'll kind of go over today's going to be more like about community and how we built the company and less about technology. But originally, I started this brand, which most people know me by as Fast Agent, in my 3rd year of business. 7 years later, or my 3rd year at my second company, Climb Real Estate, started a team. So in the year 2019, I've done teams a couple of times before. First one was a failure, had a couple of people that leave that company. But at my second company, I ran the E-team, like the online leads team. So I did a lot of mentoring and training of lots of agents, but I didn't have a formal team structure. But my last year at Climb Real Estate, I started a team that year. So I had 1 agent in January, and I ended the year that year with 10 agents. So a pretty decent sized team. We're number 23 in California for medium sized teams for unit count, I think, or volume. So that year we did about 88 deals. So even before I had a team, I was partnering up all the time with different agents. That year I probably worked with 7 or 8 different agents. There's something to think about too as you're growing your business. You're going to learn something from everyone. Even if someone does less business than you or more different market, you're going to learn different styles. So it's really good to partner up. And then real estate is not naturally a very collaborative environment. Yes, people kind of work together, but a lot of people don't work together with a lot of agents in their office. That's something to think about too. That's not normal when agents partner up in the office a lot. You'll see like certain partnerships, but not random agents. So within our company right now, Fast Real Estate, over 25% of deals in the office are between 2 agents. People are mixing things up. We do have 8 office locations all across the Bay Area, so that gives opportunity for people to maybe not want to drive from San Jose all the way to Stockton or Brentwood or Oakland, but they'd be able to partner up to work with someone, learn their skill sets, and also leverage and continue to get referrals from that client, so you're not referring that client out and losing that chain for the rest of your business. So it's really important to kind of think long term as you're building these partnerships working, because you're also getting to do double the social media content, double just listed postcards, double the email blasts, double the content. So people think you actually sell twice as many homes as you do, which you do because you'll be partnering up, but it gives you more exposure, and then people will think you sell more homes, which means more business. So how did it get started? Well, 2 years ago at my last company, Climb Real Estate, closed down, and we came over to this new company with 10 team members. Actually, a couple of them are here. Raise your hand right there. Oh, we have a lot of agents here today. Kim and Wes Kim and Wes are probably in this picture somewhere. I see Kim in there. Yeah, so we came over to this office. When Climb shut down, we ended up interviewing 17 different companies. 13 of them were in person within an 8-day span, if I didn't count the weekend. So we showed up at different brokerages, surprised them like, hey, we're here to just check what you guys have. And that was cool because then people can get set up for us. But when we saw every office, realized like none of that was really wasn't really resonant to us, because then Climb Real Estate was a really hip, tech-forward, cool brand, very tech-based. But when we were shopping out there, nothing really was like that. So we decided, why not just do it ourselves and start our own. So we leased out this really cool office space looking at Jungle in the Water. We were actually their first tenant at Spaces. It's like a WeWork kind of space. Rent was expensive. It was like $6,000 a month for this room. But not working with a traditional company with traditional splits on the cap model at our new brokerage was able to save the money. So let us gamble and see if we can grow something on our own. How do we grow? So started 2019 with 10 agents, and then by June we had like 17 agents on the team. And you guys remember that year COVID hit, so shelter in place. So from March to May, no one's really selling homes. So during that time, had the opportunity to hop on webinars and teach other agents. So something I did early on to kind of grow the company, not knowing it would be this big, was I got invited to be on mastermind panels. So after my second one I was invited to, I was like, I can do this, so I ended up, between the next 2.5 months, was invited on about 30-something other panels, because there's nothing else to do literally except watch Tiger King and scream about toilet paper. That was literally the phase. You really put your life there. So I posted like 35 webinars. We did things like top 1% Alameda County agents, and invited 20-something people, tagged every single person, synced to the Facebook, tagged them too, so every person that was stuck at home had to watch my webinars. Top Contra Casa agents. top brokers, top team leaders across the US. Did a couple of like mindset and motivation kind of stuff to keep people in the game. Had things like technology, like here's 3 tech tools you should check out, and then brought people in kind of like in the Star Valley. But that really, because there's really nothing else to do but create content, I spent those 3 months doing that. And by June, when things were opening up, people were kind of looking for options because you couldn't sell real estate for a while. Your managers couldn't help you. No one could, even like ourselves. But when market did came back, managers weren't really able to kind of also like motivate people to work a little harder. And also there's cautious too, right? You had to wear masks or hand sanitizers. That a lot of people were very putting themselves at high risk. So we took advantage of that. We were in the office, wasn't supposed to, but I was in my office because I have my co-working space, and people were still trying to get back to work. By the end of that year, we ended the year with about 87 agents. I'm sure we lost like at least 10, 15 on the way there. We started this year with 220 agents. This year we lost already like 30 agents, probably like $10 million production, but we added over 50 agents. So we're recruiting to our team over 30 agents a month right now. And I'll show you some of the ways we have been doing that. Units sold. The last year before change came to EXP 2 years ago, we did 88 units. First year here, 188 units. So that's mostly done within a half year. Last year we closed 884 units. This year we have the sales volume go to hit $2 billion. So we have 2.5 times the agents we had last year when we first started. Actually almost 3 times, very close to. So this year, the numbers are, it's not easy, but it's simple. So this year we simply have to double our production numbers and recruit about $50 million of team members each month. We've been successful at that. We've actually recruited over $100 million this year. So our goal is to Billlion, and we're also expanding pretty quickly too. Right now we have retail locations in Oakland. We have a 9,000 square feet office. That's our HQ, our hub. We have a brick and mortar location in Brentwood, in Stockton, and Sacramento. And then we're actually taking over 2 brand new office build outs in the mixed use apartments upstairs kind of thing. I'm getting the keys on April 1st, a brand new office in Hercules and a brand new office in Hayward. And then we're just finished negotiating a 12,000 square feet office in Walnut Creek, the old US bank, with bank tellers and 20 private offices. It's a little bigger than I wanted, so I'm gonna lease out some of the spaces, but I'm also getting keys of that April 1st. And then I just made an offer this week on an office in Irvine, Southern California. So I've launched it with about 10 sales agents, which is crazy. So right now we're all in on growth, taking what the formula and game plan we have here in the Bay Area to other markets. So looking at business partners in Vegas and Atlanta and Jersey and Seattle. Because then with the brand I'm with, EXP, similar to KW, you can actually open up shop other places. I don't need to be licensed to sell real estate there to have a sales team there. Someone can handle it, they can take our brand there and work with it. So I don't have to go for next year yet. I don't know how many billions it is, but I don't really think that far ahead, 1 year at a time. So this is, I think this year we'll probably be in the top 5, 6 teams in California. So we did that within 2 years. This is kind of cool to see the seasonality of our business. You can see that last year we started the year trending pretty well, but even in the later part of the year when things were slower, we peaked pretty high. So right now we're pacing on roughly very close to above double. This month we'll probably close about 93 million. But this is a trend, so this is where I see us hitting the 2 billion mark, because just based on this, we would be able to hit at least a 1.5 mark, and then not including any new agents into our ecosystem. This is the production as of, I think, yesterday, so we closed about 128 million this year already. Very slow start in January and February, just because there's no inventory. We were like not pacing where we thought we would be, but things were catching up pretty quickly. Community building. So community building is the secret to our success for recruiting. How do we do it? Well, we have a lot of events. This is example too with the retail spaces we're doing too. We're holding a lot of events. Like we held the Tom Ferry Success Summit. Almost 100 people were in our office. We had many agents join our team that week. We held the Tom Ferry Elite Retreat at our office. That was a great event too. We held like a CARRP contract where 100 agents came up. That was not fun. It was just 4 hours people sitting in their seat. I walked in. There's no excitement whatsoever at that event. And then we do a lot of lunches, nowlings. Earlier, like for 10 months straight from like, I don't know, last like Marches, we did squads. We're a Zillow Flex team. We did about $100 million, 99 million Zillow Flex deals last year. We broke up our company into mini squads. So they have a micro accountability group, and every week they checked in on each other in the training. So that went pretty well. We had these squads for 3 rounds, and we changed the system up. But they had funny names like Thundercats and Boys to Men, and what's some other ones, Mike?
High Tea Squad.
High Tea Squad. Like and they had their own logos and design. So we really like make sure we were like building a lot of culture and personal branding and a lot of excitement. So that was really good for kind of growing the company. This was a workshop that was created by an agent about, I forgot what it was. I was doing call in the back that day. We're doing training, and that location is our Walnut Creek location. Super nice co-working space. Here's some other events too. We between our I'll have a list later too, but we do at least 2 or 3 events a month. We just had our first boot camp graduation party. We had 50 agents go through boot camp. Half of them passed. We celebrated them. Their parents and friends and family came. It was pretty cool. It was like an actual high school graduation. And we had a big party. Like 80 people came out to celebrate their success. So like we posted on social media, went wild. So that's kind of things we do. On the 30th, you guys are invited. Wednesday 30th from 12 to 3, we're doing an all-women top producer panel. Because we have a room, our office is actually larger than this room, and we have a stage. That's the second half of our office. So now we're trying to do a panel every single month. And then outside of that, we're doing dinners here, events. So every month we roughly, I think we have right now at least 8 events going on every month. Our goal this year was to hit 100 events. We're well on track because if we had every office holding certain things, but once we have formula, you just repeat that. Every time you have an event, you're recruiting an agent. And recruiting is like a dirty word to a lot of people, but when you think about you're introducing someone to your favorite restaurant, your favorite gym, your favorite movie, essentially you're recruiting them. You're passionate about something and you want to share something with someone that you think can benefit them. So that's recruiting. Or attracting. I think a lot of people think recruiting is like calling people, but we're actually just attracting people by something, inviting to events. Sometimes people don't want to go to events because they'll know they have too much fun and they'll probably move over. So they're like, no, I don't want to go. And you ask them enough times, they'll go and we'll see them over. We do a monthly top producer dinner, inviting our top 3 units agents and top 3 volume agent, and they can invite 2 guests each. So they're usually inviting really close friends or other top producers. Now they get a taste of the environment. Oh, there you go, Mike, right there too. That's our Brentwood office, really cool space. This is our Oakland office. That was a Tahoe mastermind. And all I do is this every single weekend. I travel every 3 times a month to events like this and learn stuff, bring it back to my company. Because from the 884 deals we did last year, I just checked, I was on 21 of those deals. So I'm less than 2% of my production now. 2 years ago when I first came with DXP, that year, probably a little more deals, but that October, I gave up buyers. I decided I was even where I was working with partners, they did most 90% of the work, but then I just gave up buyers completely. And then last June, July, I gave up sellers. I'm still on 1 appointment a month, 2 tops. I've been on maybe 1 showing in the last over a year, and then I've probably been on 5 list appointments in the last 6-7 months. I really try my best to not be on any production, because that's the thing too, if you're growing a company, you need to know where you're spending your time. And it makes no sense at this point when you're managing or running 300 agents for me to have any ROI on doing another deal. If I can get every agent skilled up, even doing 0.5% more business, that's way more business. Tech tools, what are some of the tools we're using to run our company? This is something new that we really like. It's called SparkHire. Essentially, it's an interview app, but we modified it. We were going to use it for recruiting, but I was like, hey, why don't we do this instead? So what we did was we now send a link to all of our newer agents and have them do, instead of me hopping on a call with you to train you on how to do buyer's consultation, why don't you hop in the system and give us your thing? And some of these are pretty terrible. Like someone says, I don't know, just say EMD, what's that? That was money you put in escrow when you get a contract. Well, what does that mean too? People aren't diving deep enough to the buyer to explain it. And then how we've done it too at scale. So every newer agent on our team submits a SparkHire. So we're first phase in this. We finally got 60, 70 done. Now we have a head of agent development. It's like a mini coach to our main sales director. He goes in and watches all the videos, and then they schedule time to do a one-on-one to give them feedback. So now you're not having, or group. So now instead of doing a one-on-one training, you're able to save a lot of time, grouping people together, train them, and then as you get better, do it again. So kind of like how we were running our squads before. And we're really big on training. We do a ton of masterminds. We do group coaching 3 times a week in the morning. We have a video library, 100 different videos we build out. And if you're building it for a sales team, you can just use anything from Trainio to Teachable or Punjabi. Slack, this is where we kind of talk to each other about different topics in the office, our virtual office. And what's this? general questions asked in the library. Sisu, this is our third tool we're using right now. We're using Sisu for onboarding. One thing we found, instead of a spreadsheet, which is really messy, people jump around, skip the tasks, now we moved to an onboard process where people go in phases. Once you knock out all these things that you have to do, you get the next set of things you need to complete. If you can't get online leads unless you've done the bar condition, you can't get a bar condition unless you've done a Spark hire, you can't do that, and so on and so on. This is just kind of like a Trello board. This is our onboarding. Group coaching. So we have group coaching 3 times a week, open to all. Events, kind of mentioned, like we do foundation preparation for agents joining us within 60 days. We celebrate our top hustlers of the month based on their stats tracking on how many hours they work in the business, how many hours they work on the business, how many showings they did, and how many, I think it was appointments or something, top producers dinner, and some of the other things we've had too. I only have a couple minutes, so I'm going to go. So we recently hired a head of education and mentorship last year. We have a head of new agent development, and all these roles were hired internally from our existing agents. Now they're on salary and they sell real estate. We have lead scientists that runs 4 ISAs. We have someone that does weekly pipeline checks, 10 minutes each for each of our sales team member on Zillow Flex. Patrick, our in-house videographer, is making really amazing content. Gabriel handles our marketing, so we've been level up and adding really adding a ton of internal content that we're ready to do outward stuff. And leverage, we have virtual assistants available to all the agents to use for free. Happy to send you guys these slides or something. We have a mentorship program. We have over 100 mentees with over 30 mentors on the team. And we make their life easier by having Noon huddles. We use a video library. We have group coaching. We have in-person training. We have Slack. So there's just new agents have high level success in our area. Last 2 years, the average agent did 6.9 deals 2 years back to back, even including people who have done no deals. So our agents are very productive. I say if you take out people who have done no deal, then you're probably looking at closer to 10 deals on average agent in our environment. Office locations, these are where we're at right now, where we're hoping to go. And we're going to leave you one last thing. Audio works, right?
Yes.
Behind every great achievement, there is always a community, a group of people who come together to help make the impossible. It's smart, it's unique, it's fun, and it's committed to the idea of always getting better and helping each other get better at the same time. Because our philosophy is, if you can build a community that is strong, a community that is vibrant, and a community that can generate its own energy, that energy can be used to attract others. And the more people you can attract, the stronger you become.
So our videographer is amazing. He does all the content design, the editing, and the voiceover. So it's all in one. So we're just setting up to do things. Thank you, everyone.